Alright guys, here is a video as you have mentioned in the comments, how to remove the stem crown. Just gonna go through a couple of steps. Original was 34.5 millimeter. The one I've gotten here, the Seiko, that was 35, so I had to round off the edges on it, which I did with the Dremel. It wasn't very hard. It took me about maybe 4 or 5 minutes to knock off that half millimeter or 0.5. Here it says push right there, and it has an arrow indication on it. Right there. That is where we're gonna press down to remove the crown itself from here. Yep, as you can see right here, it says push, and this is where you see that metal piece. That's what we're gonna press on right there. We're gonna press on to remove our stem. So let's do it. But we have to get it, so yeah, there you go. When you press it, it's a whole lever, goes all the way around. So when you press it here, you'll see this lever move right there. And that's how you know it's ready to pull the crown out. There you go. And the crown just comes off like butter. Casing, everything comes out. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to change the hand. As I was mentioning, I wanted to put the actual hand from a Grand Seiko, which is blue right there, as you can see it. Yep. Just like that. So we are going to remove the actual hands, and to do that I have to put the crown back in, and very firmly put it in. Pull the crown out. It's gonna be hard because the dial was just sitting over it, which I have to fix it today as well. So there you go. This was the dial right there. But I'm gonna put it to where the minute hand is at, right there. And then we are going to take a little Ziploc baggie right there and get my trusty hand puller, set it over and out. There we go. Let's set the hand aside. And as you can see, when I did the tryout mod on this before, all I did was I used double-sided Radical on it, which I have to remove it. So I'll be back one. Let me clean it up. Alright, we're back. I have cleaned the Radical from the dial as well, the base over here, and I've got a dial double-sided tape from eBay. As you can see, they are cut it in tiny yeah, you can see it. These are perfectly made for the base. So I am going to get one, and gently we are going to set it. And for that I am going to need some help. Just try to put it in a way that it doesn't touches the date dial and anything else on the, there we go. Alright, it's perfect. Out of way, out of sight. There we go, one here, and we're gonna put one down up there. Alright, we have set the double-sided tape. Make sure I go over it. They are tight. Yep. It's good. Then we'll remove the top covering, but we just want to make sure that it is lined up. So this is where we need to be exactly with the date right there. Cool. So it is time to remove the covering off of it. Usually it takes me a little less time to do this, but since I have a camera right above where I'm working at and trying to record it, it is a little bit out of sight, so and at that point always go and make sure that everything is working, nothing is getting binded anywhere. Yep. And you can see the date moving as well. Right there, the date will. Okay. Now it's time to set this. And if you're wondering why I am not using the dial holder, is because if you look it down here, there is nothing that can touch the mechanism. If I put it even on a flat surface right there, as you can see, they have 4 legs around here, 1, 2 and 2 here. That's it perfectly on the surface wherever you want to put the dial itself, so I'm not worried about that too much. Cut it out right there. All I did was took a Dremel and just went around it a few times until it got into the dial casing itself. So here we are going to get this on. So give me a second. Alright, and it is perfect. No gaps in seal. Tape works well. Double-sided tape works very well. And here, let's see. How's the date lined up? It's hard to see where the time's at because there are no hands. And I hope I am. Alright, so what we're gonna do is when it stops at exactly, or when the date changes, that's where we're gonna set the right there, 12 o'clock, midnight. Yeah, you see what I meant? I am still a newbie at this, not a pro. It's learning as I'm going along. Alright, so it is sticking out too much. It wasn't sitting right. Alright, the hour hand is on finally. We are going to put the minute hand. Alright, so I had already put that back paper sheet to separate the battery from the quartz movement and all. There you go, battery's back in. And our watch is ticking perfectly fine. Now all I need to do is get the case back. The case itself, make sure blow it in. Alright, looks pretty good. There you go. Now what I like to do is get this flat surface down there. As this is foam, it makes it easier for me to pick it up. And just flip it around. There you go. Let's clean up again. Oops. Clean up again, make sure no debris in there. That's in. We get our crown. Let's line it up. Line it up, wiggle it. And then just push it in slowly. And you'll hear it snap right there. That's it. Now our watch is in perfectly fine. Then get the case back spacing. Oops. Set this one in. There you go. Make sure it's pressed in properly from all the edges right there. That completes that. We get our case back. Okay, and the trickiest part is to get it on the case. Alright, so I had to get my press out because it was a little bit tough for me to press it on. Since I have the tool, let's just do it the right. Alright, we are finally done. Case back on. And here is our watch. Cool. All right, let's try it. There we go. With that glow, it's gonna look awesome during the day in the sunlight. Yeah, right now it's 11 at night and I have a lot of lights on in the room just so I can see what I'm doing. It's loose and it's online. Let's change the time to the set time what we have here. And change the date as well. Let's do 19. Alright, let's see. Perfect, 12 o'clock. That's what we want. And for some reason, if it's out 5-10 minutes, don't bother. Unless it's in 45 to an hour difference, then you can always pop the hands out and set it at the right at the change of the actual date dial. So right now it's 11:05 here. There we go. Everything is good. There you go. That's the watch we got. All right. So for the next, that was just one. Here, if you're wondering, yeah, you know, it is Invicta NH35 Seiko movement. I've changed the dial, the hands as well. Kind of like a black bay, but it's not there yet. I'm still waiting on some parts that I've ordered from China. So that's the next mod. I might do a small video for that. And here is another one, Seiko all blackout with the shark second hands. Same thing. NH35 movement. With this, what I need to do is I need to change the date dial, which is white. I'll be changing it to the black one. So that will be probably in the next video how to change that. So I can have it all black out, and I can always change the hands. I know red is too much, but it's kind of cool the way the shark is moving. There we go. So yeah, I'll see you guys in next video, and thank you for watching. I appreciate all the comments and the love and the support.